So you're with Mark and Diane Real Estate News and Views. And Mark, it was a very, there was a lot going on in August, wasn't there?
Yeah, there's a few things going on in August. And, I think in this video, we're going to cover off a few and we're going to see where it goes. We're going to kind of jump over the map a little bit, but I think it's kind of needed. Um, we don't have a lot of numbers to report. We have some preliminary numbers I think we'll touch on and kind of touch probably on where this fall market's going. And we're going to bounce around, have some fun with it.
For sure. I did watch your the iPro thing, and I'm in shock.
Before we go there, I want to a couple links in our top of our description for home evaluation and buyers looking for properties in Barrie, Simcoe County. And definitely subscribe to our channels for more information about the real estate market as well as Simcoe. Um, yeah, yeah. So let's start at that topic because, you know, for the viewers to explain, we have a governing body called RECO, Real Estate Council of Ontario. They govern real estate agents, on
And
ethics.
brokerage. Brokerage is like they do regular audits of brokerages
For sure.
funds on a yearly basis, right? They do.
They do. So we get audited, just we get, you know what I mean? The brokers get audited. We have to follow ethics and guidelines and all that good stuff and rules. It's a regulated industry. So, as with the iPro, as you mentioned, there was some, I think more, we'll say embezzlement. I don't know if that's the right word, but whatever. Missing funds of 8 million to $10 million. These guys aren't in jail. Why?
So the iPro Realty
Why?
brokerage, the two principals of the brokerage transferred $10 million out of the trust funds. So for what people, just to explain a little bit to people, every brokerage has to have a trust fund for deposits. So if you put in a $50,000 deposit, it sits on hold in a trust fund. And then once your deal closes, it gets released, right? And there's also a trust fund for commissions for the agents to be paid out of. And that those trust funds, money is only supposed to go in and out when a transaction happens. Right? When a transaction happens and you get paid, they take out of the commission trust. When the house closes, they go and they take the money out of the trust for deposits and they put it towards your purchase price of your house, right?
Correct.
So now there's millions and millions of dollars. This is what I don't understand. They've put a freeze on all iPro accounts, and there's 2,400 agents with iPro.
Correct.
So nobody can get their money back.
Correct. Say the people's deposits. What's that mess with properties closing and stuff? You can't get them. They're really looking for stuff for those funds have to some of these funds have to be released. They have to be administered in the right way. Because obviously, you know what? RICO has failed to do its job.
Yeah.
These people should be in jail. I don't give a shit. When we as real estate agents, we have to abide by ethics. And if we don't, man, let me tell you, they come down hard.
Oh,
Why are they coming down hard on these guys?
I've got some RECO letters before.
It's a walk in the park. Nothing happens. The registrar lost his job. He should have. He knew about this issue. So there's something that came out in the Toronto Real Estate Board. You probably got the email, the statement that came out. I'll read a quick little bit about it. In our letter, we urge the government to make RICO subject to independent oversight by the Ontario Omis,
Ombudsman.
thank you. Noting that the iPro case is part of a troubling pattern, which has highlighted the need for enhanced transparency and accountability, Ontario's real estate regulator to improve public confidence, ensure professional integrity. We also endorsed the minister's commitment to intervene directly should RICO fail to fulfill. So
The
RICO's not
government's going to get
doing its
involved.
job. Let's face it. They're
The
not doing
government
what they should be doing.
and the government's going to get involved.
100%, and they should. They should be involved.
Yeah.
You know, we look at these, there's so many brokerages that have opened up in the last 10, 15 years. We don't even know the names of them. They're operated by, dual, single people, whatever. What transparency and again, it could be, you could be talking millions of dollars in some, even, you know what I mean? In a smaller brokerage, you're handling large deposits at times, especially in the city, right?
Mark,
So scrutiny
I,
has to.
I was going to say this to you. So in Toronto, There's a whole bunch of individuals that open their own brokerage just
Yep.
with them.
Yep.
I
100%.
I have they're the only employee of the
Yep.
brokerage.
Yep.
I've had to try to make appointments sometimes, and you're calling one dude. He doesn't have a secretary. There's no answering services.
No,
There's nothing.
nothing in place. Nothing.
No,
So we're here, and again, is there temptation there? Maybe. Maybe someone can't make their mortgage payment. That guy, you think he's dipping in there? Maybe. Maybe not. Look at the
I
big
know.
boys at iPro, millions of dollars. So, I'm astonished by. I haven't really followed a lot of it. Some friends of mine have, but I'm seeing more of it coming up on my some social media. I'm seeing some things issued from the Trump Real Estate Board. So I just, really frustrates me is that boy, they can sure investigate a small little infraction from an agent, and they get ring him through the ringers, him or her. Ring,
I had a fight with RECO a few years ago when Travis and I were looking at apartments. I get a RECO complaint that we damaged the sliding doors going outside. And
yeah,
in this apartment or condo we went in, we didn't even like it. Like we
right.
walked in, he looked around, we walked out. We didn't even open the door. We didn't go near the door.
Yeah, yeah,
And I said to them, and Travis wrote a big letter as well, that we didn't even approach the doors because he didn't like the unit at all. So, and we were seeing like six of them, right? So it was like he walked in, looked around, okay, forget it, it's no good.
yeah,
But I mean, here we're having this giant fight over a scratch on a sliding glass door,
yep.
and you're letting people embezzle $10 million and nobody's paying attention.
This is the thing. This is the thing, right? That it's that's just not acceptable. And what, you know, as a consumer of real estate services, how much faith do they have in some of these brokerages now when when their agent goes, okay, we like this house, that's great. They're asking for a 5% deposit. That's pretty common today. You're talking $1 million home, you're talking big money. 2 million, I'm talking even more money.
I know.
You're going to feel about writing that check after hearing this news. I know I wouldn't be,
I'm going to
right?
be honest, Mark. I always tell my clients to give the minimum amount that I feel somebody would take. If they won't take it, then they'll sign it back and ask for more. But
Yeah, I agree. But when me and you first started 15 years ago, $1,000 was pretty common.
oh, a
That
thousand dollars was normal.
that wouldn't cut it today, right? They're
Oh,
asking for
These
five.
Toronto agents,
So they're
these
asking.
Toronto agents want 50,000 and minimum.
Yes, yes.
And can I tell you something? So you know how I had a deal go a little bit sideways, but we ended up working it out.
Mhm.
When you put a deposit down on a house, the seller and say you can't close that house, all of a sudden your lender pulls your financing or something happens.
Mhm.
The seller doesn't get that money directly.
Mhm.
The brokerage holds it.
Mhm. Mhm.
And you have to put like a court thing or whatever to actually get it.
Oh yeah, it has to be ruling on it. It has to be for sure.
And I've had in the past deals that didn't close where my buyer got their money back.
Mhm. Mhm.
So even if I give $50,000,
Mhm.
I can still get it back, Mark.
100%. It's gonna take some time, but
Unless,
you're gonna.
well, unless the brokerage steals the money when I'm not looking.
Well, that's just, you know,
That's
let's just
terrifying
hope it's
because,
isolated. Let's just hope it's an isolated issue for the integrity of the real estate industry in this province. And
well, let's hope because what I feel for, and you, I'm sure, have had this multiple times. How many times when a person buys a house, do they give everything they have to that purchase? They don't leave $50,000 in their bank.
mm-mm. No, no, for
So if
sure.
the brokerage is holding those funds, how, they needed that money.
Well, that's it. And then I think there's going to something's going to come of this in the next couple of days. You can't just keep those frozen. Something the Ontario government has to step in. Those funds have to be released to disperse to the right people, right? Because there's deals not closing right now. There's people not getting paid. There's mortgage payments getting missed. It goes on and on and on. You can't keep them frozen until this investigation is done. You just can't.
No. You're
Wrong thing
in,
to do for its
yeah,
people.
it
Well,
is.
staked and their livelihood and they can't access those funds. Wrong on so many levels. Get this done.
Yeah.
So, um, another thing I saw, an agent on my Facebook posted by news media, let me see, saying home price is expected to fall 6.5%. Didn't, it's all just a screenshot, whatever. I thought it's a topic because we are seeing some more in August and in July, but more this month. We're seeing some prices getting more attractive out there.
For
Example,
sure.
there's a property at on Succession, N unit, sold in April, closed in July, got 750. Another property recently sold last week, same street, N unit, apples to apples, same
I
thing,
saw it, 725.
725.
I saw
Okay.
it. Yep.
So when we do that, and that's only a few months, so bear with me here. I get
25,000 difference. Yeah. I know. I saw that actually.
that's 3%, 3.3%
Yeah.
is it fallen. So is that 6.5% on a whack? I don't know. I don't know.
I've
Right?
seen a lot of like, when you look at the sales, I know you went over to a property on Burkall and I told you there was three or four there that sold in the eights where I was shocked
Yeah,
because it's a
well,
very expensive street.
yeah, it's a nice neighborhood. It is. It's got some great, things within that neighborhood. Some of them are back in ravine, some aren't. Great school zone, quick access. Like it's a great street, it's a great area. So, you
And a couple years ago, those were all $1 million to begin
oh,
with.
hands down,
But
million
even
plus.
in the beginning of this year, I think they were in the nines.
Oh, yes, they were. We've seen it, right? We've seen some things. And as I go looking at the daily hot sheets, as we used to call it back in the day, price decreases, firm sales, and one jumps out on me is on Queensway. And that lady at Burkall told me about it. I was on her, she used to own the house. She says, why isn't this selling? One, it's a monster. It's 3,500 square, 35 to 5,000. They didn't give it no, that was above grade. It's a monster home. Nice looking home. They started off at a million 150. August 24th, it went down to 899.
And it's still there.
Sold now. It's going to see sold yesterday, but a big drop. That's giving it away, that price.
Yes. Yeah.
That's anyway. But where I'm going with this is that we don't know the motivation behind that nine. I'm going to keep an eye on it because I want to see what they get. They weren't holding off on offers at all, but that could have been a situation what maybe they bought something. Maybe they bought a new home. Nothing. Waited too long. It's very risky today in this market to go buy first and sell right now because it's changing like this all the time. We got caught in it once this year already. It's not a fun experience to go through with your clients. We're going, wow. And it just shifts like that. And you go, wow, you got to reduce because, we got to make sure we give ourselves enough time.
Yeah.
That lady, I'm only assuming that it's the couple or whatever is, let's just assume that scenario for now. Um, that's a far drop to get attention. And there's a lot of buyers out there that may be on the sidelines, and we know a lot of them are. That doesn't mean they're not looking right now. They're looking.
Well, they are looking and that was another thing we were going to hit on a little bit is why are buyers waiting? And I think what you're talking about is most of the reason. One, because they do see all of a sudden these price drops. The interest rate's still high. Your mortgage payment is still flipping high. It's not gone down. And the fixed rates are still high. And when you see that happen, like the one on the Queensway, it makes you hesitant, right? Because you think, okay, other ones are going to start dropping too. So should I buy now? Like maybe I should wait a little bit here because I'm going to overpay.
Hmm. Hmm. Could be. When we're seeing things drift apart on the townhouse in 3 months, 3.3%, what's the year going to be like? Maybe that's 6. an agent snapped it from a local media. She's not from this area. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not that far off. We don't know. We
Well,
are
and
seeing people come back into the market. We did some preliminary numbers in August, and the freehold was up 13%, I believe, in
yes.
transactions. We're not seeing prices appreciating. We're not. We're not. Too much inventory for that.
Well, and that's another thing to jump to. Yesterday, first week of September, kids are back at school. A ton of listings came up.
Saw it. Almost fell over. I looked at it at 7, 8 o'clock, and there was 76.
I
Um,
well my little hot sheet, I looked at it at about 9:30 at night because throughout the day they keep coming on. So I always like to try at night to see because it only lasts 24 hours, the hot sheet, right?
yeah.
I had 107
Wow, that's crazy.
and
Yeah.
only 16 sales or something.
Yeah, you have a lot more things in your hot sheet categories, but yeah, I mean, sales were saw, and we're going to start seeing people listing. We're going to start seeing the inventory build up again. But I have a couple buyers in the go and showing them, and what I'm seeing at some of these properties is a lack of effort in the seller's part. They don't clean them up. They're not even paint and trim, dirty. Like going, Jesus Christ, you're trying to sell this home, and it's filthy dirty. Walls, baseboards. It's just like, wow,
And
got to do more if you
and you're
want to.
competing against so many listings. What are
You're
you do?
done.
What are you doing?
You're done. You're done. There's no other way to put it, right?
Oh, and Mark, that's another thing. When we were doing the sales numbers, just preliminary people, because Treb hasn't released them, so I don't have the official ones. Um, Inventory was down to 944.
Yeah, wow.
Well, it's gonna pop back up now.
Gonna pop back up. We're gonna see some cancellations in that, right? Forget it. A lot of expiries at the end of August, right? Gone. Okay. We tried for 4 months. We didn't get our price. There's still a lot of overpriced listings in the market
Oh, there
that
is.
others think I'll sell if I get this. That's never going to come. That's always going to be a big chunk of our market right now, right? They missed the boat, and that's just the way it is. Take it off. Wait till the market picks up. Then jump back in and sell it. But right now is not the time if you're at a certain dollar figure today, right? And I showed
If
another
you're
one.
just testing the market, there's no point.
There's no point. And I got a call from another agent before showing the property last week, a property in Alcona. Clients are highly motivated. Okay, great. Good to know. Good to know. I'm kind of shocked that you want to see this, kind of a little bit small. But okay. Let me go. Every carpet in the house needed shampooing. Everything needed shampooing. Baseboards not fit properly. Big gaps. Need to put some DAP on there, put some paint on them. Casings around door frames. Big spaces,
Oh my
dirty,
gosh.
white paint. And so I called her out of respect. So you know what? It's not going to work for my thing, but they need to do more. They need to take the weekend. This is a long weekend. Take the weekend and go work and get it done and get it cleaned up. Answer was, well, we're reducing the 799. I said that's not enough. The condition of the home. It's not enough. You want to sell like that, you got to be a 749 price point. And I even think that may take some time.
Hmm.
So with, like you said, with the amount of inventory on the market and the amount of inventory where we're leading into a fall market here, you better be ready to sell because
Well,
the funds are
they're
getting.
so, yeah, and I'm in the same boat. Like when I take buyers out, um, and you're looking and you're judging, like, first of all, I'm only picking a certain amount out of the 100 listings in that category. I'm only picking five or six.
Pick the top five.
Yeah, and then you go there and it's
Yeah,
like, holy crow.
this is
Like
the
there's
top
big
five.
hunts out of the bathtub, like, right down to the black metal thing, the van, and these are expensive homes.
Yep. Yep.
And it's shocking,
Mhm. Yeah. It is shocking.
shocking.
It is shocking, right? To see this the lack of effort. To me, you're going to get beat up on price no matter what, then for sure. You're
Hmm.
not going to get showings. You're definitely not getting second showings. And if offer comes in, they're taking it off and they're going to really hit you hard. And everybody wants the most amount of money. I'm no different than any other seller out there. I want the most money that the market's going to give me.
Hmm.
The market's not going to give them what they want based on the presentation of that home today.
No, and a thing that I always think of too is you don't have to spend a huge amount of money
Don't.
to make it look clean. Like you said, the baseboards, change a couple lights. Like, and a house is only as big as it is. You can't change your square footage. Okay. So you're competing with everybody. If you're 1,200 square feet, you're competing with everybody with 1,200 square feet.
For
You
sure.
can't change your size or your layout,
No, you
but you
can.
can change how it looks. Like
Yeah.
sometimes when you see the pictures, remember when you and I were looking at those pictures for your client,
Mhm.
and I said, well, I don't know if that family room and living room is as small as it looks
Mhm.
because the couch is taking up the whole room. It's a gigantic couch.
Mhm. Mhm.
So when you went there,
Mhm.
was the room bigger than it looked and the couch just totally made it look too small?
It was bigger, right? And the flooring was dark at the time too, right? And when we looked at that property and how put a plan in place and a strategy in place, it was, we walked the house. Okay. And we went room by room. Okay. You need to paint the trim. Yeah. You need to paint this wall. You need to get rid of this. Just the normal basics. And then we dug deeper going to the downstairs, more looking at flooring. You need to replace it. It's just, it's worn out. It's had its life. Do
No,
it.
Mark, you know what? I'm talking about the one you went to show on the weekend.
Oh, that one. Sorry. Okay.
Remember the couch and you and I
Fine.
were
I didn't mind the upper level. I didn't mind the main floor. Downstairs was too small. Very disappointed in, seeing the condition of the home because I'm really hard. When I go to see a home, I'm judging it right when I walk in the front.
I'm bad too.
So I'm going, God, why wouldn't you just do a little bit more? Why wouldn't you just call the shampoo guy in to give the carpets good cleaning? That's all it took. Spend $500. Get the handyman to come in and fix all the trim and paint it all. And your price is not strong at that price. If all that was done and it showed good, I still don't think it would be the price in the 809 range. I
Yeah.
don't, based on
Well,
availability of inventory today.
and the thing is, I noticed too that I'm not one of those salespeople, and I don't think you are either, that go into a house. I don't believe I'm trying to sell. I'm trying to help somebody buy a house and I'm looking out for them. So
For sure.
when I go into a house, I point out the red flags. Like one
Yes.
thing well, and it's one thing I learned the hard way myself when I bought on Booth. There was no front closet for coats, and I did not notice this. Me, I'm a real estate agent. You think I would notice that?
You
And I
think?
and I did not. Okay, so I move in, and I'm like, oh my God! I had to down at the stairs. I had to buy a big bank of IKEA units to put our coats.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now I watch for storage in people's houses because I know you're going to
Hard.
hate me when you move in here
Yep.
and you have two or three kids. There's nowhere to put coats, there's nowhere to put shoes.
I agree. I agree.
So, like, I'm the first one to look around and point out, okay, like, just so you realize that, there's no closets.
Mhm.
And even in bedrooms, you've had listings with no closets at all.
Yeah, it's tough. We've done it, and I've listed properties like that. It's tough. It's tough, right? And
And I point that out right away.
hard.
Okay, there's no closets. Okay, you're gonna have to clean the carpets. You're gonna have like you want your client, your buyer to be aware of the pitfalls of that home or the red flags in that home. Because you want them to be happy with their purchase and happy with you, right?
100%. And it's our job to point them out, right? And that's an important part. That's the job, right?
Yeah.
Not just say, "Oh, great, this is just great. I think you should put an offer."
I
And there's
mean,
lots of that happening,
there
you know,
is lots of that happening. I've heard other agents do
ton
it.
all the time,
Yeah,
right?
all the
They
time.
don't know the neighborhood that well. Oh, it's a great neighborhood, and then you find out later on, oh my God, it's a terrible neighborhood. Like there's so many things to really it's so important to have that trust in a relationship with that agent. And how many goddamn times do we go to a listing appointment and someone goes, "What are you going to do it for?" Right?
All the time.
Right? So you're willing to get Joe Louis that has no experience at all on anything just to save a couple bucks. He's going to cost you more money than ever.
I
He's
know.
going to list the property wrong. He's not going to be able to negotiate for you. Doesn't have an understanding of the market. Everything we do behind these scenes of giving numbers to our viewers and going through this, that just doesn't come out of thin air. It takes time to go through and understand a market. So who benefits? Our buyers and sellers benefit.
Well, listen, Mark, not only that, how to negotiate properly. There's agents that lose deals either by being too big of a hard ass or giving
Oh,
away the farm. If they're giving away all their commission to you, what you
yeah,
think they're not going to give away
100%.
a whole bunch of crap just to get the deal done?
Yep.
They just gave away all their money to you to get the deal. So like you need somebody that knows how to negotiate because it can be pretty tricky, especially with inspection problems.
You know, and there's nothing worse. I want to go back to the other topic before we go there, but let's come back to
Yeah,
inspection
because
thing.
we're gonna run out of time soon.
How much time have we got?
We're at 29 minutes.
Okay, so I'll make this short just because you jogged something about that agent negotiating. I had a friend will say up in Northern Ontario that was listing their house, sold their house with the realtor up there. Um, they got an offer on the property. And so what do you think of it? So I looked through it and the person goes, "Well, I think the agent says I should take this." What do you mean? You've been on this a few days. They're expecting a sign back. So let's give them a sign back.
Yeah.
Increase your price by 50K. Okay. This is, they called me because they didn't feel comfortable with the agent's advice. What would you do, Mark? Give them a sign back because they expect it. Scratch off the number, put the number in there, increase it 50K. They took it. They took it. And he was going, "What do I do? Do I take it?" No, you don't take it. Expect a
You
sign back.
never ever take it
Sign back. Unless it was
unless
too
it's way over
true.
asking or something. But other than that, you never
This
take it.
price or something or whatever it would be. But there's a point. So anyway, go back to your
Every agent negotiates different and everybody has different experiences. So I've dealt with mold, you've dealt with mold, you've dealt with electrical issues, aluminum wiring, you know how to get it fixed, you know how much it is. I've had people say, "Oh, it's going to cost $10,000 to fix this." I'm like, "Listen,
you know,
it's 2 grand, okay? You're not getting 10 grand for a $2,000 fix." But
mm-mm,
if you don't know your stuff, and a
mhm,
lot of them don't,
mhm.
you can get taken to the cleaners and
Yeah.
you trust the agent. Okay, yeah, well, let's just give them the 10 grand, right?
Well, and you know what? I like negotiating a deal. I really hate renegotiating a deal due to a home inspection.
Me too.
It's the worst. You know, if you're listing today, it doesn't matter, get an inspection done.
A
So you
pre-inspection a lot of times, yeah.
fix the major shit. Fix it. You got to fix everything. This is some cocky. They're not beating you up on that.
No.
If it's there, you might as well fix it. It takes seconds to do. But some of the bigger things, and they may not be big financially. We need 30 grand off. They may be a couple double taps in the panel. Get them
Yes.
done.
Yeah.
There could be a crack in the foundation. It's visible. Get it done.
Yeah, it's $500 injection.
Right. It's not hard. Or we're missing the railing on the downstairs going. Get it fixed. Because you don't want to renegotiate a deal. Because then you're going, God, if we don't get them, they're going to walk. That's what they're selling
And
you.
we've
That's
already been tied up for 5 days and
right.
or 7 days,
Yeah.
and we don't want to lose them now. And they're asking for something ridiculous, but well, we don't want to lose them, so maybe we should just give it to them. Like, I don't know. That to me is one of the trickiest part of the negotiations. And if you don't know what the hell you're doing, it can I've had people tell me they need 30,000 because there was mold in the attic.
Yeah, they don't know what they're talking about. get a molds, but yeah, we would go there.
Oh,
But
they
yeah,
brought him old officials, and he said, "Oh yeah, it's 30 grand. We have to do this, 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 this." I ended up getting a guy, and it was $1,800, and we had a certificate and a guarantee for the rest of your life, and blah blah blah.
I know. So it's important. Okay, I think let's wrap it up there. I think
Yeah, that
that's
was good.
and yeah, we're down in a minute, so that's good. Okay, enjoy the day.
Perfect. See ya.